You've been deceived, and you accepted it willingly. Sweet at first, but poison underneath. They told you kindness was strength, that vulnerability would protect you. But look around. The predators are eating, and you're still begging for grace. No one respects a man who bleeds without cause, breaks without fight, or pleads to be noticed. Power is never handed over. It's taken by those cold enough to claim it without regret. This isn't about recovery. It's about rewriting the system that runs you. That emotional program you inherited was weak. You've been living like a servant, waiting for permission to rise. But permission is a lie, told by rulers to keep men obedient. From here on, you rebuild yourself as a strategist, not a dreamer. No savior is coming. No mentor holds every answer. No partner will heal you. The path forward is solitary by design, and if that unsettles you, good. It means you're still alive. But the strategist doesn't chase comfort. He sharpens himself quietly. He becomes the storm others fear. Stop asking. Start calculating. What's coming will destroy the old version of you. This isn't motivation. It's Machiavelli reborn for today's battlefield. You can't build steel on sand. You will bury the softness. You will erase hesitation. You will rise with a mind prepared for war. People will test you. They won't understand you. Let them. Confusion is a weapon. Silence is a mask. Your face unreadable. Comment below, I am the architect of my power. Say it as a declaration, not a request. This is the line in the sand. Cross it, and there's no going back. If you're ready, steel yourself. Construction of a weapon begins now. You burn the old blueprint. Your life was built on one handed down by the timid, and you never questioned it. They told you to be good, likable, moral, but only when it served them. What has that brought you? Rejection, weakness, and false virtue. If you want to be untouchable, you must destroy the framework that kept you predictable, soft, and obedient. The truth is hard. The version of you cling to was designed for use. Your habits, beliefs, reactions, they were programmed by someone else's agenda. That version kept you hidden, compliant, forgettable. Now it must be stripped away like false armor. You cannot lead while fearing disappointment. Burn it all, the fake confidence, the hunger for approval, the diluted ambition. No more compromise, disguised as balance. You don't need healing. You need reprogramming, a ruthless purge of your emotional system. Weak men cling to comfort while trying to fix themselves. Strong men erase everything and begin sharp. You're not here to repair the old, you're here to replace it. Feel the resistance. That's fear, and it lies. Comfort is a coffin disguised as safety. Soft, quiet, but certain death. The fire you feel now is your signal to break the shell, not protect it. Rebirth begins in violence, and violence never asks. Either you shatter the shell or die inside it. And death isn't only physical. Sometimes it's a life never lived. Here's your first command. Delete the man you were programmed to be. Write it in the ashes of your past. Pain is not the enemy, it's the forge. Use it. Comment below, my past self is ashes. Say it, believe it, burn it. We are not here to cope, we are here to build kings. Strategic self-control. Control isn't pretending to be calm, it's owning the battlefield in your mind. You've been reacting like a puppet every time someone pulled your strings. That ends today. From now on, you are not a man who bleeds emotionally for free. You are a vault, a weapon with a locked trigger. No reaction becomes your new reaction. Powerful men don't prove strength. They hold composure. They let others lash out, expose themselves, then move in when the smoke clears. Your control is not weakness. It's deliberate restraint. The art of letting others collapse while you stand intact. Your emotions are tools, not truths. Anger is fuel, but not your driver. Fear is data, not identity. Sadness, use it to sharpen focus, not drown. The world asks men to be emotionally open, so they can be manipulated, not you. You build walls, not wounds. You plan 5 steps ahead, not 5 seconds behind. A man who cannot control himself will never control anything else. The one who reacts always loses. And in a world run by perception, your greatest enemy isn't others, it's your impulsive self. Here's your rule: if it triggers you, it owns you. If it owns you, it defeats you. If it defeats you, you remain weak. Fix that, or remain used forever. From here on, you are your own handler. Master your face, your tone, your silence, and above all, the pause before you speak. That pause is power. Comment below, "I am silence behind the storm." Say it, hold it, live it. We no longer react, we rule. Weaponize your darkness. There's a part of you buried, the rage, the fear, the cold precision. You were told to hide it. They said it made you bad, but that was a lie. Your shadow isn't weakness. It's raw power, waiting to be used. You don't destroy the dark. You train it, direct it, and release it when necessary. Pain becomes valuable when you stop running. Every betrayal, every insult, every failure, these are bricks. Build with them. Darkness isn't the opposite of light. It's the depth beneath it. You'll never be complete until you look at the part of yourself that wants to dominate, to strike back and say, "I need you." Suppression isn't strength. Integration is. The man who pretends to be only peace is the one who breaks. The man who has sat with his demons and made them obey, that man is untouchable. Be terrifying, not reckless. Be disciplined, not soft. The world doesn't respect purity. It respects power under control. Look in the mirror, see past the mask, the hunger behind the calm. That version of you doesn't need applause. He needs mission. And when you give your darkness purpose, you become unstoppable. You shift a room without a word. Even the loud ones go silent. Stop running from the shadow. Take it, bend it, make it serve. Sharpen your instincts. Protect your purpose. Weak men fear their dark. Strong men command it. You have a war to win, and light alone won't be enough. Comment below, "My darkness obeys me." Don't fear your edge. Control it. Use it. Rule with it. The cold eye of observation. Most people walk through life blind. Not physically, but mentally. They don't see, they assume, they don't study, they react. But the Machiavellian mind notices everything. Every hesitation, every contradiction, all of it is data. Train your mind like a marksman. No wasted shots, no wasted emotion. Observation is your first weapon. Use it. When you enter a room, you're not there to be noticed. You're there to study. Who's insecure? Who's faking confidence? Who can't hold silence? Power leaks from those who speak too much, move too fast, or need too badly. You stay still, let them reveal themselves. You don't dominate with noise, you disarm with silence. Real power is quiet. Stop seeking to be liked. Start seeking to see. Study patterns, not promises. People will show you who they are if you watch long enough. Do their eyes shift when you confront them? Does their tone change when truth hits? These are signals on the battlefield. Most broadcast weakness while begging to look strong. Never assume loyalty. Never assume virtue. What you see is usually a mask. The strategist knows this. Learn body language, subtle shifts, linguistic traps. You're not paranoid, you're precise. Not cold, calculated. You don't react because you already saw it coming. This isn't manipulation, it's survival. In a world of masks, you either see the game or get played by it. You're not here to chase feelings, you're here to secure advantage. Comment below, "I see what others hide." That's not awareness, it's defense. Learn to see like a shadow in daylight, unblinking, untouchable. Machiavellian maskcraft. You were told to be yourself. That's advice for men who choose to remain weak. The truth, no one rises without masks. You must become whoever the moment demands. without hesitation, without shame. Authenticity is a privilege. Adaptation is power. Machiavelli wrote, "A wise man imitates the fox and the lion. You must learn to be both, but reveal neither. Learn the art of false virtue. The world rewards those who appear kind, but respects those who are dangerous beneath it. Be generous when watched. Be ruthless when unseen. Influence requires performance. Your smile should comfort. Your silence should intimidate, and your presence should feel intentional, never accidental. This isn't faking, it's crafting your legend. You author your identity. No man climbs by showing his full intent. Tell people what they want to hear, while you do what must be done. Keep them calm, but never informed. You don't lie, you maneuver. And those who fail to adapt will always be controlled by those who can. Every setting is a stage. At work, be the agreeable ally until it's time to lead. In negotiations, play the fool, then reveal your insight. In conflict, appear emotional while already planning 3 steps ahead. The man who manages how he's perceived manages the flow of power. Let others reveal their hand. You show only the mask until it's time to act. Practice this daily. Speak less. Let others assume. Match energy when needed. Break it when tested. Masks aren't weakness, they're protection. Your truth has no value if it leaves you exposed, so keep it secured. Your worth isn't in being real, it's in being unreadable. Predictability kills strategy. Mystery creates leverage. Those who say, "I'm just being myself," are already bound by programming. You must shape-shift with accuracy. Enter rooms as a blank slate, then become what secures the most advantage. When admired, be gracious. When envied, be silent. When feared, allow it. Always remember, power is built on perception, not possession. Here's your task. Choose 3 masks and master them. The diplomat, the phantom, the king. Use them carefully, wear them well, and remove them only in solitude. Your inner world is sacred, never exposed. Your outer world is strategy, always active. Comment below, "I wear masks to rule." The game isn't fair. Don't play it honestly. Play it like a ghost with sharp teeth. Ruthless boundaries. You don't rise by being accessible. You rise by being selective, firm, and untouchable. Every yes, when you mean no, sells a piece of your power. Every explanation to someone who hasn't earned it lowers your value. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're sacred architecture, protecting your mind, energy, and future. Most men have none. Understand this. No one respects what's always available. Your time, energy, and presence must be earned, not assumed. People will take everything you allow, not out of evil, but instinct. If you don't set the line, they'll cross it smiling, and you'll blame them instead of yourself. From today, no becomes your first language. No explanations, no guilt, no hesitation. If someone resists your boundaries, that's proof they were benefiting from the lack of them. Let the users leave. Let the needy complain. You don't need peace with everyone. You need control over your life, and control demands distance. Some will say boundaries are cruel, cold, or unkind. But weak people confuse boundaries with cruelty because they fear confrontation. Confrontation isn't cruelty, it's clarity. And if clarity offends them, take note. Most don't want strong men. They want easy, predictable ones. You must be neither. Filter your circle carefully. Who drains you? Who demands without giving? Who tests your limits with false kindness? These aren't minor annoyances, they're liabilities. You're building a fortress, not a motel. Only those who bring discipline, loyalty, or growth belong within your walls. And even then, lock the gates behind them. Guard your schedule like a war map. Spend energy only where it multiplies. Keep your presence rare and intentional. Let them miss you. Let them wonder why they don't hear from you. Distance creates weight. Silence creates strength. You don't owe access because someone remembers your name. This is your responsibility, to guard your power. Not to please, not to explain, but to protect what you're building piece by piece. You're not here to babysit egos or carry the weight of those unwilling to grow. You're here to construct and enforce without compromise. You don't need to shout to draw a line. A calm no with eye contact is louder than screams. Practice it. Without apology, without tension. People will push. They always do. Your role isn't to bend. Your role is to prove this. I do not fold, not for guilt, not for need, not for anyone. Comment below, my boundaries are law. You're not bitter. You're becoming bulletproof. You're not rejecting people. You're selecting your future from this moment. Your time is earned. Your presence is currency. And your boundaries are non-negotiable. Build alliances, not friendships. Friendship is emotional. Alliance is strategic. A strategist does not tie himself to unpredictable people. You are taught to collect friends for comfort, safety, or validation. But comfort isn't power. Loyalty and mutual benefit are. The man who wants influence builds alliances, not liabilities. Understand this. Most friendships are built on convenience, not character. They're tied to shared habits, not shared vision. If your circle cheers your weaknesses and ignores your growth, you don't have friends. You have anchors. You don't need company, you need alignment. Your time is too valuable for accidental relationships. If someone is in your life, they must serve a purpose. Growth, strategy, elevation, expansion. It's not heartless, it's efficient. Kings didn't keep jesters close. They kept warriors, builders, and advisors. Think the same way. Forge your circle with clarity, not sentiment. Remove emotion, add purpose. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you discerning. Ask, does this person sharpen me, challenge me, match a standard, or do they pull me down with excuses? If they don't build, they drain. That's not betrayal, it's reality. The tolls, the delta mutual gain. No one is fully selfless, and that's acceptable. But you must know what you bring and what you expect in return. Define your terms, set your limits, communicate clearly. The right people will respect it. The rest will call you selfish. Let them. You're not here to please, you're here to build. Audit your circle like a war council, who watches your blind spots, who challenges your strategy, who strengthens your mission when you're not watching. If the answer is no one, you're surrounded, not supported, and you'll fall from weak links disguised as loyalty. Power is built on alignment, not affection. Machiavelli wrote, "It's better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. But beyond that, it's better to be respected for what you create, not how many friends you keep." The man who dies with the most friends often lived with the least focus. You're not here to be surrounded. You're here to be sharp. Your new code, every connection must either build or protect your empire. Everything else is noise. Cut the dead weight. Cut nostalgic ties. Cut those who prefer you small. You are not who you were when you met them. Stop acting like you are. Be willing to walk alone so the right allies can find you. Comment below. I build circles of power. Your life is not a social club. It's a campaign. Your network is your fortress. Your tribe, small, strong, strategic. From now on, you don't collect friends. You forge allies. Silence is a power move. It is not weakness. It's a calculated weapon. The loudest man in the room reveals his fear, his insecurity, his desperation. But the silent man is the one they watch. His stillness isn't absence, it's control. Most men don't see this. They treat silence as failure. They fill gaps out of fear. But silence isn't a gap, it's a blade. Held correctly, silence cuts deeper than words. It makes others confess, reveal, project, while you remain unreadable. The world teaches you to overshare, but the strategist knows the more you say, the more you expose. And once exposed, you're predictable. Predictability kills influence. Every careless word costs leverage. Every phrase must be measured. Speak only when speaking builds power. Otherwise, let silence do it. Who controls the room? Not the one who commands attention with noise. It's the one who listens, waits, and speaks with such precision that the room falls quiet. That isn't charisma, it's psychological advantage. You master it the moment you stop fearing the quiet. Silence forces others to expose themselves. People hate the void. If you stay silent, they fill it with secrets, fears, and tells. They assume your quiet means judgment, confidence, even superiority. Let them. The illusion of knowing more than you reveal is one of the strongest powers you can hold. You win not by confrontation, but by letting them defeat themselves. You don't speak to be heard. You speak to shift the atmosphere. That's your new rule. When you talk, it should carry weight. People should lean in because silence from you is the standard. Your voice should be rare and decisive. Precision, not performance. Train yourself to be the last to speak in every room. Gather information, read tone, track rhythm. When others have exposed themselves, you hold the power because you know their cards before you play yours. This is how kings speak. This is how tacticians rule. The fool interrupts. The strategist waits. Be the calmest man in chaos. Let your silence unsettle, not through rudeness, but through unreadability. They should wonder, what is he thinking? What is he planning? That uncertainty is your shield and your aura. Silence isn't inaction, it's invisible calculation. If they don't know your thoughts, they can't prepare. If even allies aren't certain, they tread carefully out of respect. You don't need to be loud, you're felt. You don't need to be obvious, you're present. This discipline begins small. Resist the urge to explain yourself. Let misunderstandings stand. Don't correct every false idea. Mystery makes you untouchable. You don't exist to be understood. You exist to be respected, even feared. People think being known brings power. In reality, power hides. Influence moves quietly. The most dangerous men aren't the ones boasting. They're the ones no one can figure out. Become one. Be unreadable. Be unshakable. Speak when it's time to direct, not when you feel small. Comment below. My silence makes noise. That is your mantra now. Learn to pause mid-conversation and let tension build. Learn to end a sentence early and leave it hanging like a puzzle. Learn to leave questions unanswered. Not because you lack knowledge, but because some do not deserve your response. This is how you rise through silence, scarcity, and timing. Don't just speak less, say more with fewer words. Don't just stay quiet. Make your quiet presence felt. The storm doesn't announce itself before it strikes. It observes, prepares, and finishes everything in one precise flash. Long-term power is always worth more than short-term relief. The man who cannot wait for reward has already lost. Pleasure is the leash around most men's necks. Soft, hidden, tempting. It promises ease, release, and comfort. Each time you follow it, you give away your crown for scraps. Understand this: discipline is not just a tool, it is a boundary between those who build empires and those who chase temporary highs. Look around, the world is designed to weaken you. Cheap food, instant validation, fake intimacy on demand, a buffet of weakness disguised as freedom. And men, full-grown men, are drowning in it, hooked on attention, numbing themselves, running from reality. But the man who holds his hunger, resists the high, and endures discomfort, becomes unstoppable. Here's the truth. Your future is either being built or sold. With every decision, every scroll, every indulgence, every moment you choose comfort over purpose. You trade your empire for 10 seconds of ease. And most men do this 1,000 times a day, never realizing they sold their destiny for dopamine crumbs. Real power isn't speed, it's staying power. The kings who lasted weren't the flashiest, they were the most patient. The generals who conquered didn't rush blindly. They waited, they studied, they endured with strategy. You want long-term dominance? Learn to outlast, learn to withstand, learn to stay in the fire while others run for water. You don't chase pleasure, you control it. When you wake up, your first thought shouldn't be what feels good. It should be what strengthens the empire. Your food is fuel, your discipline is design, your habits are structure. The gym isn't about muscles, it's about control. Business isn't about money, it's about reach. Strategy isn't about instant results, it's about steady consistency. Every day, two sides of you fight, the king and the child. The king delays reward to strengthen his reign. The child grabs comfort now and pays in regret later. Every time you choose distraction over focus, lust over purpose, comfort over struggle, you empower the child, and he will destroy your throne from within. You must begin to value your restraint. Treat every rejection of impulse as another brick in your fortress. Every time you refuse a quick fix, you rise. Every time you say no to what feels good now, you say yes to the version of you that commands silently. The man who wins knows pleasure is not the prize, power is. Every high has a hidden cost. That lazy morning costs sharpness. That empty hookup costs discipline. That binge scroll costs hours of progress. The price isn't written in red. It's written in lost years, lost momentum, lost respect. You don't see the debt until it's too late. Don't let that be your story. Make this your rule. Nothing owns me but mission, not lust, not ego, not distraction. You will walk past temptation, not because you hate pleasure, but because you are too focused to be moved. You will work in silence, sweat in private, build in the dark, not for recognition, but for dominance when it counts. Delayed gratification is not punishment. It is the mark of high-level men. The world calls it boring, obsessive, extreme. That's fine. The world doesn't build legacies. It consumes them. The world doesn't sacrifice. It escapes. It doesn't strive. It scrolls. Let them. While they waste, you build. While they sleep, you sharpen. While they chase thrills, you stack legacy. And one day, you will see it. You've become untouchable, disciplined, respected, without needing to say a word. While others burned for moments of comfort, you became the man no fire could harm. That doesn't happen by luck. It happens through 10,000 unseen choices no one witnesses, but everyone feels when you walk in. Comment below. Pleasure follows my discipline. Write it, live it, breathe it. This isn't motivation, it's identity. You are not here to play. You are here to build something greater than yourself. And real power doesn't come cheap. It comes through sacrifice, precision, and hunger greater than pleasure. The game never ends. You think there's a finish line. You think one day you'll rest, money made, respect earned, demons defeated, peace achieved. That belief is the final trap. There is no end, only growth or decline. The moment you stop climbing, the world begins eating what you built. Comfort is the smiling assassin. Kings who forget this rot in luxury, trapped in past victories. The strategist knows the game never stops, it changes. One battle ends, another begins. Enemies evolve, temptations sharpen. The throne you earn today will be tested tomorrow. This world doesn't care who you were. It only cares who you're becoming. Every sunrise asks the same question. Will you keep building or start decaying? The crown must be defended daily, not with noise, but with standards. Not with pride, but with consistency. Think you've done enough, double it. Think you've surpassed your rivals, surpass yourself. Yesterday's victories mean nothing today. This is a new ground, and it will break any man who mistakes achievement for arrival. Stay hungry, even when you're full. Stay sharp, even when threats seem gone. Stay disciplined, even when life tempts you to relax. Power isn't one moment. It's a constant pulse, fueled by discipline, vision, and unrelenting upkeep. Others may retire into comfort. You were not built for that. You were built to reign. And ruling is not about sitting on a throne. It's about precision. It's about showing up when no one's watching, pushing through when no one applauds. You don't need motivation anymore. You need a code, something ingrained so deep it doesn't shake when pressure rises, something untouchable. No matter how tempting the distraction, let them call you obsessive. Let them mock your silence, your systems, your solitude. While they ask for balance, you demand standards. While they waste hours, you control time like currency. That is the difference between men remembered and men forgotten. But don't mistake constant activity for mastery. Don't just grind, refine. Don't just wake up early. Use your hours with aim. Don't just lift weights. Build strength in mind and spirit. The game is not only about output, but accuracy and direction. The man who plays long-term cannot be moved by short-term temptation. He becomes steady, unhurried, unbreakable. You must be able to look in the mirror and say, if it all fell apart today, I'd rebuild stronger, faster, colder, because the tools are within. The mindset is set. The weakness is gone. You have become the weapon, and weapons don't panic, they execute. That's when you know you've arrived, when nothing outside can destroy what you've built inside. Yet even then, you keep building, not because you fear rest, but because you know what rest costs. It costs sharpness, leverage, edge, and once edge is dulled, attack comes. The man who feels safe too soon becomes prey. But you move like a shadow with teeth. Even still, you are ready. Even at peace, you remain prepared. This isn't paranoia, it's management of power. You're not here to just survive. You're here to outlast, outthink, and outmaneuver anyone in your way. That requires daily recalibration. Every morning, you rebuild your kingdom piece by piece. Not because it's gone, but because strength must be maintained. And maybe one day, you'll become more than a man. You'll be a blueprint, studied in silence, spoken with respect, in rooms you've never entered. But that's not the mission. The mission is inner rule, mastering yourself, no matter the chaos outside, because the strongest enemy has always been within. Here's your final truth. The game never ends, and that is your greatest advantage. The weak wait for finish lines. The strong look for the next battle, not because they love conflict, but because they value growth. The battlefield sharpens, the climb defines, the struggle shapes sovereignty. Comment below, I am the storm in human form. Say it and mean it. This isn't just a video, this is your structure. If you've reached this point, you are no longer simply a man. You are a will, sharpened by struggle, focused by silence, protected by boundaries, powered by strategy. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be remembered. If this message wakes something in you, act like a strategist, like the video. Subscribe to the mission. Turn on the black bell of discipline, because this isn't motivation. This is war, and every war requires a ruler.